my body showed and my heart showed show me the way, like where should I study and how. It was really like feeling of opening, and really good feeling inside, like you should be here, you should study here. And if we are aware of the things that are happening inside our system, mind, body, heart, then we really can catch the language of the spirit that says in front already, this is for you, this is not for you, this is the path you should follow. Different kind of things pop up just to check how strong you are in following the inner voice, inner guidance. And it comes for everybody of us, we know that already.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Icebreakers again. We are joined today by our trusted colleague Philip, myself Marin, and our guest Iva Solarević.
Thank you for inviting me to this talk. I'm really interested what will happen.
Well, I'm also very happy to be here today with you. Now a short introduction. I know you studied sports university, sports recreation in America, right?
Well, no, I studied in Croatia, but I worked in the States for one summer. Yeah. In a camp for kids. Yeah. Do you want some more explanation?
Yeah, sure. You can make your introduction. I just wanted to make it short.
Yeah. Well, I studied kinesiology, so it's like sports. And in fact, I was really drawn to this study because my idea before was to study philosophy or languages. And my program and my idea was to go to this faculty, but the spirit already led me at that point to another place, and that is Faculty of Kinesiology. And it is interesting because I decided to go there just for fun. And when I entered the building, already the spirit talked to me in a way that my body showed and my heart showed me the way, like where should I study and how. It was really like feeling of opening, and really good feeling inside, like you should be here, you should study here, because I never ever thought that I will study that. I thought I will study philosophy or languages or something with tourism. And some things happened that really want me to go to Faculty of Kinesiology, and now I understand why. Why was that? Because I had to learn a lot through the body, with the body, through different kind of movement, and then I applied some more techniques and stuff later that led me to everything that I do now. So that was already really like spirit leading, through life. Really interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting that you say that actually, because as I lived in Africa and I used to visit here, and I had a very similar experience where I was driving in a tram past a building, and I looked at the building and I said, wow, this is a very nice building. I would like to be here one day as a student. It would be nice if this was my faculty. Not knowing any of this. And then when I came 2 years later, I was shocked that actually that was a faculty, and it was the building that I would spend my next 7 years.
This is the magic of life. This is like the way that intuition talks, through the feeling, and through these crazy simple things and synchronicities. And if we are aware of the things that are happening inside our system, mind, body, heart, then we really can catch the language of the spirit that says in front already, this is for you, this is not for you, this is the path you should follow. So it's really great. It's of course just one of the hundred of moments that happen in my life, probably in yours too. Yeah, this is real magic.
When you say a spirit, or when you talk about this story, would you say that you were aware of all of this at that time, or was it just like guiding you and you weren't really?
Not in the way that I'm aware now. Yeah, I was just aware of the feelings, you know, and everything that was happening. And it was crazy because it was not my plan. It was not Eva's plan, but it was my spirit plan to do that. But later I realized all the connection, how it works, how the spirit talks, or our inner guidance, or whatever we call it, you know, the inner wisdom. I didn't know that that was like intuition, yeah, but I followed anyway the feeling. I think I did it like most of my life, and that's why I'm here where I am now, and I'm really, really, really deeply grateful for that. Although it was sometimes really tough, because when your ego and your mind and all these programs come, they say one thing, and then the inner feeling says another thing, and then you're like, what should I do? I mean, this is not maybe so smart, but I really feel I want to do that. But then old programs or fears or different kind of things pop up just to check how strong you are in following the inner voice, inner guidance, and it comes for everybody of us. We know that already, I think.
Yeah, the fascinating thing about you actually is like a friend of mine just we spoke the other day, and he said like I'm fascinated with those kind of people that can go and live in the forest, or combine life in a way like you're living in the forest and in the urban, the city, in Zagreb. We are here away from Zagreb, right? I don't want to discuss the area, but we're apart from the town now, and he was fascinated. Like he owns a shop and everything, and la la la, and has a family. You know how. And for me also, I want to ask you, like, how do you manage? You know, because you're also a mother and you have a family, and your work is completely dedicated to this, and that's that fascinating thing. How because a lot of people, when they feel that feeling that you talked about, there's a lot of let's say arguments not to go that way, but to go for everything else that's logical and has a lot of sense in a way, to go the other way. How do you manage? How does it work?
You have to be a little bit crazy in a way that you really trust life. And it's really every decision that we make, it's from fear or from love or peace, whatever you want to call it. So when you make a decision from fear, it is not the highest good, that's for sure. Spirit doesn't talk like that. But if it comes from spirit, from inside, or it's like a language of God, we can say also. This is like the wholeness, love, connection. Everything is connected and you are supported. Every time when this voice comes, usually some fears arrive. Something arises from you. Fear, it's always fear in different kind of ways, like a thought, you know, if I do this, maybe I will stay without money, or how will I manage? It's always, you know, the same thing, but with the different stories. So if you really decide to trust that, and you do this one time, second time, third time, then you are really more and more connected to the spirit, and you trust. And it is never that you don't have a fear, you know, but you have less fear, you have more trust, and you just get it how it works. And if you pass through your fear, then you are becoming stronger. So your strength comes from inside, from the spirit, and it's not that you have to lay on something, you know, you don't have to have kind of backup from outside, you know, it's inside. And I realized how did it work before, because I remember that when I was a child, I had this calling, you know, it was always like questions at first. What is the sense of all that I do? Why am I here? Is it only to have a job, a family, and then I die? And it didn't have a sense. It didn't make any sense for me, you know. So I questioned it from as I know
From a young age, right?
yeah, young age, you know. And I was having a lot of questions, and I was searching for the answers. And my environment was not supporting in that way, although I had really loving parents and family, and I can say really nice childhood, but there was not one person that said, yeah, you just follow your spirit, you know, you just follow your heart. And why is that? It is because I needed to pass all that to really connect with the pure spirit, with myself. And now I don't need, you know, the outer support. I don't need anybody or anything to say like, this is the good way, you know. Yeah, he told me or she told me. No, because I'm talking with the guidance inside, and that was like a long time, really long time. All the school and my studies and everything, lot of tests. When sometimes I really felt like I'm not fitting in this world, you know, something is wrong here, or am I crazy, or everybody's crazy, something is, you know, it's not working for me, this what they do, it's not my thing. And I was enough crazy or whatever, I don't know, you know, connected or pushed by life to just follow these inner feelings. And there were really like a lot of tests, you know. You get a really nice offer for a job, and everybody says, wow, Eva, this is such a good stuff, this is for you, you are really good in that, you should take this job. And I'm like, yeah, it's really like good. And I'm like sitting with myself and thinking and feeling, okay, what should I do now? Should I take this job? And that were all jobs that are really something that I love to do, you know? So it was not something bad. It was really, you know, packed in a nice packages with nice papers and nice flowers. So it's really tough to you know, to
choose.
to choose. And and almost all the time I did a good thing. I know that now, but at that time I wasn't sure at all. I was like, everybody will say again that I'm completely crazy, that I you know, I didn't took the job, like really good paid, really nice work, I don't know, in a wellness or well-being center, and you know. And sometimes I was really thinking like, hey, maybe you should just take this, and then, you know, I will do this for some time, and then I can say no. But it was so strong inside. No, don't take this, because you will lose your time. You will lose your time for this, what you have to learn, what you later will have to share with people. So I know now, but at that time I was sometimes for 6 months or 1 year, I was not sure it was a good decision, or am I completely nuts, you know, or what is happening.
Yeah, and I love that. It's as you said, it's crazy. You have to be a bit crazy in a way, because it's hard, and for me at least, it's also a form of a discipline. It's a spiritual thing, but it's also a form of a discipline, because we don't have such answers as to those feelings that are guiding us in, let's say, the right way.
Yeah.
In this way, as you living it, and actually this project started because of the feeling, because of the pull, because of the spirit, universe, however God you want to
Something
call it.
tingling here inside.
Life pulls you to it. Yeah, right. So it's. I'm honored in a way that you got to that point, because it's almost like we can compare it actually to a part of your work that you are doing, like the physical body exercises and dancing and all that. And it's you have to train in a way
Yeah.
to really trust it.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't get you answers, especially at first. It doesn't give you any clues except the feeling, you know. And the other side, the other road, in a way, gives us like a ton of reasons
Exactly.
to go there.
Yeah.
You know, like as you said, is it whether is it money or logic or sense or whatever, or friends telling you, yeah, it's good, but it's pulling me that way. Like, how the fuck? How do you choose? You know, so I'm as I said, I'm really honored to be speaking to you like this. Like you're in a way, how do you say it?
Uzor.
Yeah.
Kind of inspiration. Or...
You're an inspiration,
Yeah.
definitely. At least for me, and I think for a lot of the viewers also, because it's difficult.
It is.
It isn't, but it is.
At the beginning.
Just follow the feeling is like, yeah, right, jump off the cliff.
Yeah.
So.
Especially at the beginning, when you don't have like a feedback. If am I right or am I not right? Am I crazy? Am I completely not getting this life? But then later, you get the system. You know how it works. Some more fears are popping up. Okay, I'm scared again, but what would I like to do? This. And sometimes you have to check for a few days, for a few weeks. It depends which decision comes, And if it stays, like when you think about this decision and you think, if I do this, how am I feeling? What would be like a vision of that? And you feel expanded. You feel more energy, so you feel energized. You feel that you are more alive. That is something that is supporting life. That is life flowering, blooming. So the God expresses through you in your unique way, and he wants to bloom. He wants to go out in your specific way. When nobody tells you, yeah, you're right. Everybody tells you, this is a little crazy. I'm not sure, And you still do it. And enough time passes and you are blooming. And then you give, life gives you back also really good yeses, and like that was a good
recognitions,
decision.
Presents and gifts.
Gifts, yeah, definitely.
Could you, sorry, but I have to connect to that. I'm not sure if you have a question.
I have tons.
Yeah, so just to clarify a bit, because you mentioned the faculty and kinesiology part, and your work was your work now is very connected to the body. Could you give us a bit of an insight, or maybe, and you're also a yoga teacher, right? So
yeah,
you were
I
at
did,
least.
I did
sure
yoga for 20 years, but I still don't call myself yoga teacher. But yeah,
let's say a good yoga practitioner. That's even better.
Yeah,
maybe
better.
So could you give us, especially for the viewers, a bit of an insight how the body can be, let's say, tuned in more to better recognize the different paths or the different ways of communicating with yourself, and where to go.
Okay, great.
Where spirit leads and where logic leads, in a way.
Yeah, well, body is really something magical and beautiful, and as we say vehicle for the soul or for the spirit. And body is in fact the space and place for spirit and for God to express in this dimension. This dimension is physical dimension. We call it 3D. It doesn't matter how we call it, but we know it. You have the body, you have the house, you walk, you eat, and do different things. So in this dimension, we have the opportunity to experience life in a specific way. When we are just spirits, it's completely different dimension, and we communicate in different way. Everything is different. But in this dimension, your spirit can have experience of hugging, eating, running, building, moving, and it's really interesting dimension. So it all has such a sense, in fact, when we understand. So body is like more physical or more compressed energy, let's say. Although everything is energy. We are all energy, but vibrating in different frequencies, and it can be more like, let's say, compressed, right? And more spacey.
More dense and less
dense, right, yeah, thank you. So this is pretty dense dimension. And how it works? Well, the spirit talks through the body.
Yeah, right.
And we need the body, and we need also the earth. The earth is really important part of this experience in 3D, because without earth, we couldn't exist in our bodies here. First, we wouldn't have experience walking here. Also, for existence in our body, we need air, we need water, we need earth. We need everything that we have in this world, 3D world, our computers and food and stuff and clothes, is from the body of Mother Earth. So it's so crazy. So we take all this stuff, this is the body, this is the material thing, and then we reshape it in different things, in this or in this table or computers. So in fact, to learn to use energy to shape it in a way that is creative and that supports life is one of the things that I do also, and that I share, and that I'm interested in for myself too. How does it work? So when the voice of God or the Spirit comes, how can you hear it?
Yeah,
how,
that's the thing.
How does it work?
Yeah.
How? I mean, you are here the body, but you are also the spirit. Body and spirit connected here. Well, through the body.
But the question was, how maybe better to tune your body in a way that it comes clearer, so you can recognize it better and.
Yeah. Well, first I will say how does it work, and then how you clean it.
Okay, cool.
To listen more clearly.
Love that. Yeah, love that.
First, so when the energy goes down to the body, it vibrates in different ways. And the ways it vibrates, it gives you different sensations. Yeah. Like a thought, or like a feeling, or like a sensation in the body. So you get cold hands or warm hands, or you feel stiff, or you feel expanded in your heart. All these are the signs. It's a language. It's a language. So I mentioned that when your body is in a flow, when you are open, it means you are in balance, and you are really nicely leading and hearing life telling you what is the next step. But what is the problem? The programs and everything that we learned in this life that is not really completely synchronized with the laws of spirits and space and then we are bumping up, we are like feeling hurt, or we are suffering, or we are out of balance, etc., because we don't understand how it works in fact.
Yeah.
So how can you tune in more? First thing is to look inside. Just look inside. You know that meditation is one of the most magnificent ways to do that. So it is always what we do almost in every workshop. We go through a few parts of ourselves, like beings. So we do like connecting with the body. We do connecting with emotions, with the heart. We do like connection or being aware of the thoughts. This is 3 parts. But you can also be aware of energy. As you are cleaner and cleaner, you can just feel more subtle stuff. It's like that. You just know everything. You just feel the energy. Somebody says something to you, and you know that he's lying, not on purpose, but he's just not aware. He's telling something, and you know that it's not true because you feel. As much as you are clean and connected to yourself, that much you know what is happening around, and when something is not, what is happening. In fact, you see through the form. You don't see what somebody is telling or acting, because you see through form.
Are you speaking about the body form or
all forms, through body form, and also if somebody says, gives you a sentence, I really feel good. Okay, I'm good, and then I approach and I check. And I know that it's not really like that, The person maybe is really thinking that he's fine. The second thing is I put my hand to his heart or her heart, and the person starts to cry. And then you get closer to the truth.
This is something that you do in your
workshops,
on
workshops,
right? It's not like you're going on the street and putting hands on people.
No. Of course. I don't
just to clarify, because we are talking like we know each other, but to clarify to the audience in a way,
Of course, we do that on workshops. And we learn how to listen and how to really feel ourselves. So when I say to feel myself, who am I? Am I Eva? Am I my body? Am I my emotions, thoughts? Who am I? To whom am I connecting? Well, you can connect to all of these levels. You can connect to your body. And you can move your body, and you can feel every single detail of what is happening in your body. You can connect to your emotions. You can connect to your thoughts. You can check all the things. And finally, when you after, I would say, more years of working with yourself, clean a lot of programs, then you see clearly, and then you feel more clearly your being. Not the programs, not all the reactions, all the thoughts or something else, but you just have a clearer, you can hear clearly, let's say.
As I said, form, it's a form of discipline, right?
It's a form of discipline, to be aware in every single moment. For example, now I can be aware of you too, of what I'm talking, but also how is it in my body. Are my feet cold or warm? Or you can be aware of a lot of different things.
Yeah, you mentioned Mother Earth, at the start of the topic, in a way, because for somebody, and we were all at that point at one time when we fell, life goes like up and down, So what would be like the let's say the easiest and the simplest way to get in tune again? Is it probably through nature in a way? Because Mother Earth, but literally go in nature. And is it
You mean for every single person? Yeah? How
yeah,
to
in a way,
okay.
and like drink water, go in nature, and like maybe somebody didn't ever meditate, before, but simple stuff, maybe to connect and tune
Okay.
in again.
There are a lot of different things that we can
Yeah.
do. For me, going to nature, it's directly healing, resetting, rebalancing. This is my way. When I'm in nature, I'm like in an instant, my energy field changes, and I feel more synchronized, more balanced. A lot of stress goes out, especially if you walk barefoot or you're just moving in the nature, because nature is unspoiled, our nature,
Yeah.
it's like a kind of same thing. But as we have these human programs and stuff, it's like kind of toxins, that are making us a part of our real nature.
Separate from
Separate
from nature.
yeah, exactly.
Right.
So when you are spending time in nature, it's like naturally, and really for me one of the most powerful things that works to rebalance ourselves. Of course, to drink everything that is more natural, like closer to the source. It's bringing us closer to the source. If you drink water from the source, from some spring or something clean, it will definitely influence your body, and not only your body, but your energy field and everything. We know that. Of course, if you eat apple from the tree, it is like more supportive for life than if you eat chips that pass through different kind of
industry machinery
and something that is artificial, let's say.
Yeah.
So as much we do and consume natural things, it brings us back to our real nature, which is divine nature, which is life itself, which is pure spirit. This is our nature, the deepest part. But we have different layers. So parallel, I'm Eva, I'm human, I'm in a lady form. But parallel, I'm the same as you, pure spirit. We are just consciousness. Now, in a way, we can say Philip, Marin, and Eva are talking. But on the other level, we can say consciousness is dancing. And we are experiencing life in some form, and if this form brings us happiness like it does here, it is supportive for life. And then if it does this for your viewers, our viewers, it supports lives. It makes something kind of healing, something nice.
It is healing.
Yeah, it is healing. So it's really funny from which side you can define life or all these dimensions.
Because I went to one of your dancing workshops, but it could be also a simple thing like drinking a glass of water to just hydrate to get back,
Of course.
From that to dancing to spirit to meditation to whatever.
Whatever. For somebody is singing, for them somebody is creating, painting, or making some cakes. What would be my one thing that I would say how to help yourself? Well, do these things that makes your heart open, and the things that you feel really good. You really feel good. And we all want to be good, feel good. So if you choose to do more things like that, you will, support this good feeling. But because of these programs and fears, we don't choose it every time. We choose less good thing for us because we are in fear. I would like to go there, but not enough money. Then my wife will be mad at me. And you're not you don't choose that because of fear again, because of some old programs.
Talking about these fears, do you still today have fears and doubts come up?
Yeah,
as you
of
have
course. I think this will be like probably to the end of my life. I don't know, but the amount of fear is different, and it's much easier. It's like the same, like if you start to train your muscles, you know, something that was really tough to lift, later it's really much more easier. Well, and but still you have more possibility to lift something even more you know, not tougher, but I mean heavier, right? And it will be a challenge. We always have challenges. This is this life adventure. In a spirit, we are already good. Everything is good. Everything is perfect. And sometimes in meditation, when you go deep, you just know that whatever happens, everything is just perfect.
I love that.
It's always good. But when you go deep inside, you just connect to that feeling, and you know that this is the reality. When you go up, and your mind is working, and some old emotions, and then it's drama. I have it also. It's drama, you know, sometimes. And the thing is that when drama comes, maybe I can be sad or angry like crazy, you know, but I'm just watching this and I'm like, okay, here it comes. Now it's roller coaster. Woohoo! She's scared, she's angry, she's sad, but I'm not identifying anymore with that. I'm not my fear, I'm not my sadness. It is just the expression of life which I can be aware. You know, okay, but I'm not that. I'm aware of myself. I'm pure spirit. I'm free. If I even die right now, it's good. It's fine, you know? Because I will just leave the body will dissolve, and that's all. But even if I don't exist anymore, it's fine again.
I think you touched really, really one of the, let's say, biggest fears is the fear of death. Maybe, if you'd like to share, how did you, in a sense, manage to recognize or be free of that? You know, it's I get it also. It's the mental thing about anybody. It's like, okay, we are spirits, we are not this body, blah 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 blah. But how does it relate to feelings, to emotions, because I think it's natural.
Yeah, it's natural.
Especially if you face
it has a function, in fact. Everything that exists has a function.
Yeah.
No? Because then if we would be spirits in this body and you remember so good that you're spirits, nothing would matter. Like, you know, it's not a real game. You have to forget a little bit who you are, so the game gets real, you know, and you have this crazy ride, like I'm going to die, you know, so I have to fight for something. So this is the game. But in fact, how to release fear, and then finally fear of death, is to go through as much fear possible.
That sounds scary in a way.
It is scary. It is still for me scary. I still have things that are scary for me, you know.
Yeah.
But you experience them differently now.
Yes.
Than you would have.
Yeah. You know, also, for example, buying this house and selling the apartment before, I was scared. I was like, also, it just came from inside, the information. Sell the apartment. And I'm like, why should I sell the apartment? No, I don't get it, you know? I have a really nice rent. We live in another apartment. I can sell it whenever. Like, why should I sell this apartment now? And then again, from inside, sell the apartment. And I'm like, okay, let's think about this. Okay, why should I sell? I don't know. Like, I don't have any plan.
Yeah.
But still, this feeling from inside is pulsating and talking and, yeah, knock knock, doing knock knock to me. And I'm like, okay, let's sit and see what are we going to do with this information to sell the apartment. Okay, sit down, check with yourself, what would be the feeling if you sell this apartment? Wow, the feeling is great. The feeling is that I'm releasing like 10 years of the old stuff and I'm opening myself to something completely new and beautiful. I don't know what it is. I don't know what I'm going to do. I have no idea about anything, you know. Good feeling. Okay. Well, let's give this to the agency and we will put it, you know, for selling. I don't need to sell it, you know. And the buyer comes like in an instant, he gives cash, and I'm like, oh, I'm not ready yet, you know, I'm not ready for that. I mean, I'm like, just, okay, I was just following, you know, but not yet. What will I do? Will I? And then fear arises, you know. Yeah. Are you crazy, woman? You know, like, for what for are you selling the apartment? Because you have still the apartment, you have the rent, you don't have to move, you don't have a project to invest. Yeah. So from the point of view of your mind and some logic, I'm crazy. Yeah. But the inner guide is telling different. So everything was like this, really easy, like I sell the apartment, now I have this money and I'm like, okay, it's a good feeling, but what now? Yeah. And then this house comes. House in nature. This is also. It was all lead, you know, but the fear came. The fear was.
It was all guided. Right?
Yeah, it is not that I'm, you know, like having hundreds of houses. This is one apartment, you know. I had to work for the credit, to pay the credit to the bank. You know, it's not just like this. It's not like choose for me. It was really a big thing, you know, but I did it. And I passed through that fear, and this house came, and it was always, should I buy it? Not. But again, the feeling was, wow, this is your place. And I did it again. And like this, you live with less and less fear.
Yeah. But also, I have to, I noticed, and you correct me if I'm not true. The spirit in a way, because I'm going through these experiences also for the last a lot.
Yes.
Anyways, but the thing is like it's also in a way gentle with you, the spirit, you know, like it doesn't, it wants to push you when it sees that you can do it, and then when you do it, and then it's a big. A little bit wider step, a little bit bigger step, you know, and it's a bigger. I'm going through time now, right? Just maybe for somebody is even on a daily basis. But you just said like it's an apartment, it's a way of living, it's another house, it's what you're gonna do, it's a lot of money, it's you have a family, it's that for me at least it's really scary.
It is scary.
Yeah, so what I wanted to say is actually that the spirit or God or universe, whatever, is leading you, but how they say it's disciplining you if you can handle it.
Yeah.
But every next step is kind
harder.
of a bigger thing. It's harder. It's a bigger thing. You get the discipline, but
it is bigger.
There's still.
I have this feeling too, you know. So I'm just like wondering what will be the next.
Yeah,
you know?
that's what I'm saying.
I'm like, okay, can we stay a little bit now here? Yeah, it's really fun, you know.
It's really nice, yeah.
But there are also. What you mentioned, like spirit is kind, it is always supporting us, but sometimes I have also part of myself or part of my life that I don't see clearly, and I'm like in a resistance to change. I really have it, you know. And when I don't see it and I don't make a change in a time when it's easier to make a change, it gets harder and harder and harder, you know. And I have also situations like this, you know, and then it becomes really hard inside, and it presses you from outside. It becomes really uncomfortable, you know, and then you have to do the shift. It's not always like this.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like, you know, like, what don't you see? You need some more signs, some more bumps in the head, you know. Sometimes it's also in that way. It's not that I'm like perfectly, you know, flowing with life. Sometimes it's like
Yeah, maybe that perfectly flowing with life was like the Jesus energy, like what's shown in the Bible. That's maybe like kind of the perfect human that we all kind of go towards.
Yeah.
But nobody's perfect.
Well, yeah.
And we all have our.
Of course.
But Jesus was, in a way, at least.
But Jesus, it's more of an energy. It's more of a way of being, like the whole story around Jesus.
And maybe we shouldn't go into this subject because
I always think God and Jesus is part of life, so why not? Maybe not the religious sense, like the mainstream sense, but like an energy.
It is more what it symbolizes for you. When we talk about something, it is more what does it mean for you. So when you mention Jesus, you are talking about specific kind of energy, or let's say it like that, right?
Yeah, that's awesome. Actually, that's a great clarification, because I said that what I said just now, because like we all have a certain way of viewing things, and something big, and it is big, in whichever point you look at it, Jesus Christ and this whole religion thing. Is quite a big thing, you know, and one of my friends actually mentioned that if you look at him, or that energy, as you said, without putting on the religion glasses, you will see much clearer stuff, you know. Even the Bible, even, you know.
Yeah, in my life I don't even mention so many words like that, because it's more I'm more talk about life, you know. I don't know Jesus. I read about Jesus. I had some ideas about him, and you know, like, it could be all wrong. I have some deep feelings inside, but in fact I'm talking always in different kind of terms, more like life, and you know, like life energy, and yeah. Because if we mention these kind of things, that it makes sometimes confusion, because everybody defines Jesus in a different way, and then we are stuck.
And that's right.
I really respect all different perceptions. I can only share my perception, and then if we are all open, then we can share, and in fact we can grow in awareness, and and share. And
that's actually my perception of religion, in a way. It starts in a very, very pure and authentic and how do you say it?
Purposeful?
Yeah, purposeful and benevolent, actually. A benevolent way.
Mm-hmm.
And then at one point it kind of gets to the point, like it's like this, and this.
But these are stories of our mind, you know?
Yeah.
So this is why I really like to come back to our heart, to the deep feeling inside, and then to just move from that space, you know? Because I think if we would have healed a lot of our traumas and ideas and mental toxins, we would all function from pure spirit, let's say, you know, like in a more right way, loving way toward other people and toward life itself and the planet and nature and everything. Yeah. So, for example, in my workshop, I never mention world religion. It's more like heart, life,
That's good.
energy. Yeah.
I mean, we do live in Croatia. That's a very Catholic kind of oriented country, and a lot of people they go to church and they have this kind of idea about God and Jesus that is served to them, and a lot of the stuff that we talk about here might seem evil, in a certain sense.
Evil?
Like what are you talking about? There's only one God, and what you're talking about is something else that you're idolizing, maybe. So maybe I just wanted to add that and ask you, like through the years, as you've been working with a lot of people, do you see any change in the population, general people that come to you? Do you get a lot of religious people that come to you that maybe kind of go away from that religious part, or how do you see things changing through the years?
Well,
Is there perception?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Well, I don't know, in fact, globally how it works, because people that come to my workshops, they're already open. Maybe not at all even in these religious concepts. This is my feeling, really. The people that come are pretty open, to change their lives, to feel better, to be more healthy and more creative and more free. So I don't know, we never ever had, in fact, any topic on a workshop about that. So I don't know what is their background, religious background, because we don't even talk about that. We talk about how do you feel, what is your truth, what would you like to do, what is your fear. So in fact, I don't know. Yeah. I have no idea. I don't ever mention that. And they don't. I would gladly answer, The thing that I see is that globally more and more people work with themselves and realize that the change comes through us and not by changing things around us. So the change first has to come from inside, and then it manifests through different things that we do in our material world. This is the change I see, and I see it in my friends and people that I'm surrounded by, and more people are talking in terms that their spirits having a human experience. This is the change I see. Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay, I think we could slowly close off the conversation. I do have a few more questions though. Actually, one big question that I would like to know, since you are so connected to Source the whole time, do you have any visions for yourself, the future, or something that's interesting that you could share?
Yeah, my visions don't come in a way of vision that I see, as you mentioned, like it came to you, but it's more like a feeling. I have a good feeling, although this time that we are living in are really crazy. Everything is like upside down. It's really crazy and yeah, unpredictable, let's say. But I have a good feeling that it will bring us globally to a better place, to a more quality of living. I don't know how much time it will be needed for that. But in my life and in life of the people around, I see that no matter how crazy the surrounding is and all these things in the world, I can see that people are flowering, that people are living more quality life in my surrounding and myself. I'm here, I have this beautiful house in nature, people come here, we have beautiful conversations, workshops, even parties when it's allowed, and my life is getting better. You know, it's inner feeling is better. Outside is crazy with school. Is it now like, are the kids are going or not going? Is it online or not online? I mean, this is like kind of could be stressful. But if you follow the flow, you know, okay, online, let's do it online. Okay, now you are like 10 days in isolation. Okay, I'm 10 days isolation, you know, fine. Okay, I'm doing some things, I'm living, and it's, yeah, I feel it's good. I have a really good feeling about it. Kind of global adventure of spirit. I see it like that. Big shift.
Yeah.
That will last the rest of our life.
That's
Here.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's
But
cool.
I think that it won't be so tough. And not tougher. It will be maybe tougher from outside, but the inner feeling will be different, better.
Maybe this is the point of some type of implosion in the world inside everybody, where things are going to start cooling off and becoming easier. Let's say.
Yeah. I hope to.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's just that the vision is good feeling inside. This is, yeah.
We mentioned freedom or being free a few times in this conversation, and for you, as I see it, you are one of the freest people that I know.
Really, thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It is a compliment actually, and I would like to ask you, because I feel that it's really, in a way, the work that you do, your life,
Yeah.
whatever. And I would really ask you, and I love this question. So, like, why do you do what you do? So.
Because it makes me alive. It makes me so alive that nothing else makes me more alive than that. And this is, yeah, and it brings me so much joy and beauty and love that I cannot compare it with anything else. And that is what held me so long to pass through the periods where I had a situation without no money, you know. I didn't have like 10 kunas for a coffee, you know. On one side, you have some good jobs offering to you, and on the other side, I have this, what I still do, and then I have to choose. And then I'm like, I don't know anymore. God, please tell me, you know, who is crazy here? I mean, I cannot do this work if I will be hungry, you know, and I have a kid and family. Please, I need some help, you know. I will not survive, you know. And somehow life gives you some kind of, you know, little help with funny situations that you hold, that you don't, you know, say no to that. And yeah, at one point I was really like begging. It lasted, the crisis, for 6 years, 6 months or even more. Like, I was really feeling crazy inside, you know. Like, please God, tell me, if this is the thing that I have to do, please help me. I'm crazy. I mean, I want just to pay bills, you know, normal life, to have basic things. Please, you know. If this is what I have to do, show me, please, you know. If not, please, show me whatever I have to do. If this is like a cleaning in a restaurant and this is the purpose, I'll do that. I'll do anything. Please put me at the right place. And he did, you know. But it was sometimes, you know, like 10 kunas. Oh, I would like so to have a coffee, you know, in a coffee shop on a terrace. But now I have to buy bread, you know. And what happens? I found 10 more kunas on the floor. And it's like, yeah, you can get a coffee. And for that, like 10 kunas and one coffee, it's like the whole world. Because, you know, it's like it's sign. It's like, I'm here. Don't worry, everything will be fine, you know. But I was sometimes crying, or I was really, you know, feeling depressed. Like, how? Why? You know? And parallelly, I could always choose another job, which is good paid, and I love to do that. And what helped me here, what was that feeling that it has a sense, and people thanking me, like, thank you, like, you changed my life, thank you very much, I love you, thank you, thank you. That was, you know. And now when I see people flowering, like, you met and you are doing this, I know that this is part of your higher purpose. And when you choose this, my happiness
Your
is
joy.
and
Right.
joy,
Yeah.
and yeah, aliveness, it's higher because you've chosen that, you know. And it's connected, and then you have this exciting life. In effect, you choose life, you chose life.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Step by step, it's small steps, you know. And we are enjoying here. This has sense, and it's joyful, it's loving, it's beautiful.
Yeah, I'm actually also honored to like have this conversation with you. And as we had the interview with Jonathan last time, I mentioned it that we met, the three of us had met, and it was in this place, in this house with you. So actually, the four of us are doing like the start of this.
Yeah, it
of
is
this
so crazy how it
Yeah.
works. You don't know how many people you touched already. You will get to know. The life will give you feedback.
Yeah.
But already with the decision to do that, you change things. With the first video that you did, now the second, and everything, you are supporting life and love, and everything that needs to come will come. That's for sure. I mean, that's 100% sure. And it will be sometimes tough, you know. Sometimes some fear will come and pop up, and sometimes it will be like, I mean, I have enough. I'm working for nothing, you know.
What am I doing?
What am I doing? You know, this is crazy. Like, this is for nothing. Like, so many work, all this, you know, cameras. I mean, it costs, and then the whole day, and then how many hours to make a video, you know. It will come, but it's so normal. It's so, you know, natural, in fact.
That's the crazy part, right?
That's the crazy part.
You have to be a little bit crazy, right?
Yeah.
Just do it. Just do it.
Yeah, and then it comes like, okay, this is the last one, you know. For me, it was workshop. This is the last workshop. I'm quitting.
I'm done.
You know, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore, you know. This is the last one, okay. And then email comes. Dear Eva, your workshops were so beautiful. It changed my life. It happened. And I'm like, I cannot quit. I cannot quit. I have to continue with these crazy things. But yeah, it is. It's alive, you know. I cannot imagine sitting doing some things in some room and I'm dead. I'm like typing or doing something. I'm dead. I would rather be like really dead, you know, from hunger, than dead alive. I don't want to be zombie. That is something that I decided a long time ago. Long time ago. Because it was like, this has no sense. I don't want to be dead alive. I would rather be, you know, begging for some money on the street. That was before I had my husband and my son. I decided that, you know.
Yeah.
I want to be alive.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's a great.
What is this life for, you know?
Yeah.
You are born and you are dead, and then you are dead again. Dead through all your life, and then you just are finished with this experience. Let's use it, you know.
Yeah,
It's
that's
much
actually
more.
a great message, maybe to wrap this up in a way. And thank you, especially
Thank
for
you
this
for
talk.
coming.
Yeah, it's been awesome. I'm pretty sure that everybody who will watch will get some clarification about how they are, who they are, and where they are going, and especially that part on choosing the path, choosing the, let's say, the right path. I don't think that there's a wrong path, but it could be hurtful.
Yeah.
That's my experience. But anyway,
no wrong path. You just have different kind of experiences, you know. Yeah.
So thank you for the interview. For everybody watching, if you want to catch Eva, you do a lot of work, right?
Yeah.
And her page is Solar Spirit, right?
Yeah, www.solar-spirit.net.
Yeah.
But if you just type Eva Solarević, Jeličić, everything will pop up. So.
Yeah. So, anyways, catch Eva and her work. She does really extraordinary work. Especially with the body and dancing and all that. So thank you again, Eva. Thank you, Phil.
Okay. Thank you. And the last word, we give it to you. Anything you want to add or say, the floor is yours.
Okay. I just want to thank life itself for this experience. And for today, thank you that it brought you two sweet guys, beautiful guys that are creating some nice things. And really thank you, life, for life itself. And let's use it like really well. Don't waste it. Everybody, it is always message for me. I have to repeat to myself the same message. Yeah. So I think we are entering another era, you know, another dimension definitely of life and viewing things and functioning in this life, in this 3D material world. We are slowly dissolving matrix and entering in one completely different dimension. Yeah. All the programs, all the ideas, it has to melt down. And as much as we're brave to follow this inner urge and to go through these fears, matrix will fall apart and we will free ourselves because we are always safe. In fact, we are not only this body.
This brings me up just to clarify the term matrix. It's our outer and inner system, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, just follow the
that.
inner system.
Yeah.
But yeah, to clean it, it's work.
Important,
it's
yeah.
work. Yeah. To find the real guidance.
Okay.
Let's enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you.